Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Enos Zakor here, back with another tutorial. Today we're gonna be working on compression and just the basics of compression. I'm not gonna be getting into the different types of compressors or the different types, like how you have like hyper compression or even like having you'll actually see on this song I actually have two compressors. I'm not getting into why I use two compressors. What I'm doing is I'm just showing you guys the basics of compression so you'll be able to understand it and then apply it creatively to your own mixes and even your own recordings. All right, so today I have a song from Nariah Judah. It's called War. He whenever he sends me vocals, his vocals are usually on point. The only issue that I have, if you notice, is with the transients. See how like he'll be rapping and then it'll get loud right here. Like for example, when he goes right here, you'll see he when you see right here how loud it got right there or how loud it got right here, that's compression. What compression is going to do is it's going to shape that transient and bring it down or bring it up. So the louder a sound is, it's going to bring down that vocal. The softer the sound is going to bring that vocal up and kind of even out the song. Like kind of as you guys can see right here, this is the mix version that I have highlighted. And if you notice that in the mix version, the transients are being brought down to make the vocal more even. Remember though, the more compression and the more squashing that you do, you rob from the emotional quality or the feeling of the song. You want to make sure you're being very aware of doing that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I will actually be using the factory just plug-in compressor plugin that comes with Pro Tools. And the reason why I'm using it is usually like I love the API 2500 on a rap vocal. That's what I love. But I want you guys to be able to see a visual of what a compressor is actually, how it's actually working, without not just the VU meter. I want you guys to actually see where I'm applying the threshold, moving it up and down. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. Play just a little bit of this record for y'all.
Hey.
All right. So this is like I said, this is War by Nariah Judah. Great vocal. It just needed some professional tweaking to it.
Hey, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. I've been in the truth and doing for a minute.
And I'm not gonna be playing any drums. I like any percussion or anything. I want you guys to actually hear the vocal. I'm just letting you guys at least just hear the melody along with it. The beat was produced by Azariah. Dope beat. Dope producer, dope beat. So
Minute, I ain't falling off for nothing. You can see me at the finish. The damn devil always try to tear me down.
And remember, pay attention to these transients that I'm talking about, like where it's low and then you'll see it get high. Pay attention to those peaks, and this is what no compression is doing, right?
Well, always try to tear me down. But you see I'm still in it. Every day's a battle and you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul and you see I'm still winning. Satan don't play with me.
See how they got loud? Listen.
Battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul and you see I'm still winning.
That soul and that those are loud compared to the other vocal, the other parts of the vocal that was going on, right? But that's what we're focusing on. Remember that.
Battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul and you see I'm still winning. Satan don't play with me. I be walking with the Lord and he stay with me. I keep a couple good brothers on my right side. If you wanna go to war, we the right guys. Cock back, hit Satan on his blind side. He ain't see it coming. Yeah, it was a cheap shot. I turned into a villain when the beat dropped, killing every track. My flow hard like sheetrock. The Bible clean me up like a detox. You couldn't walk a mile in my Reeboks. Cause I be at war with the flesh. I be living Romans 7, this is more than a test. Satan, you at war with the best. I keep the Bible cocked, I'll put the sword to your chest. Since I was born, been a threat. Tell these heathen fall back, I'll go to war for respect.
Alright, so as you can see, those when like especially at really it's like usually home studios because there's no outboard gear. But home studios, when you get a vocal track from one of those artists, which is nothing wrong with that. We're obviously in a house right now, but you're going to get a vocal that's like it's quiet here and then loud here, quiet here, loud. That's also the motion. That's the motion that the artist is also applying. But it's also the type of just not having that studio quality setup to where you can go ahead and compress something before you record, right? So let's get into this real quick. So we're using the D3 compressor limiter. I won't be limiting, of course. I'm just compressing, but it does act as a limiter as well. It can do that as well. All right, so we're going to mainly focus. Threshold is what we're really focusing on, but there's three things that you want to do. I mean, there's two things you want to do before the threshold. I mean, and you can do this, as you go as well, but I usually start with a softer knee. And the reason why I usually have a softer knee, because I like the way, okay, think of you're looking at it as like a knee, right? So, the more say when you sit down, your foot's flat to the ground, right? So you have less of a bend, right? It's a harsher. I mean, it's not less of. It's a harder bend than if you put your leg out and it's a softer bend. So the harder that bend is, the harder that compressor is going to be hitting. Okay. And me, I like a softer knee. I like it to hit a little. For it to hit a little softer. I don't want it to be so harsh. Okay. So I soften my knee up just straight out the gate. I'm usually sometimes it'll be hard, medium, soft. I'm usually at a good medium, right? My threshold, I put it at 4-to-1. I mean, my ratio, I put it at 4-to-1. What your ratio is doing, it's saying for every dBs, like say this is your threshold, think of it like a ceiling, right? For every 4 dBs that a vocal or a kick or snare or anything goes above the threshold, it subtracts 1 dB. Okay, so I'm gonna say that again. You have your threshold set, and for every 4, it what really does it's whatever it is. If it's 2-to-1, 1-to-1, 4-to-1, 10-to-1, 20-to-1, for every whatever that it goes over that threshold, it will subtract 1 dB. Okay, then you have your attack. Your attack is that word. Like for example, when he says, play this right here. When he says, let's just say the
A
or A. So that A in the beginning of that waveform, right?
A.
See that right there? What that's going to do, what the compressor is going to do is it's going to soften the attack of any of the word. Whatever word it is, A, hey, B, C, D, is going to attack the beginning part of that waveform. It's going to soften the attack, right? If you have less of an attack, it's not going to soften it. It's going to just keep it either the same, or it's not going to be doing anything at all, right? Usually you want to soften, especially on rap vocals, you want a softer attack on the vocal, okay? The release is how long that the compressor is compressing. So for example, as you notice, you can go all the way to 4 seconds. So if you want that compressor to be compressing for 4 seconds, every time that a vocal hits and then there's no vocal, the compressor technically is still on for 4 seconds. It's just a slow fade. For if you have it at lower, like 5 milliseconds, it's actually fading faster. So the higher you have it on the milliseconds or seconds, it's fading either fast, it's fading slower. The lower you have it, which is faster, it's fading faster. All right, that's your release. But what we really want to focus on is the threshold. The threshold is like a ceiling. The threshold is telling the vocal, hey, you can only go so far before I start compressing. So whatever's above it is compressing. Whatever is below it, it might be compressing this a little bit, but not really. It's mainly focusing on those peaks, anything that's hitting above the threshold, right? So let's get into this, okay?
A.
All right, so as you can see, I already have it. I actually have it at negative 24. I have the threshold at negative 24 dBs. The knee is soft. Of course, ratio 4-to-1. 4-to-1 is just an average worldwide setting that a lot of people use. It's just the average setting, and you can really get good compression by doing 4-to-1. But you can do 2-to-1, 10-to-1, 20-to-1. I think this goes all the way up to 100-to-1. All right. Anyways, we're not doing that. We're doing 4-to-1. All right, and then of course this is rap vocals, so I do want that attack to be just a little soft, depending on the artist. It's all very subjective.
Hey, let's get it.
So as you notice, check this. The threshold is right here, this yellow line. I mean, it's orange line, right? So right now it's not compressing.
Hey, let's get it.
Right now, let's bring it down all the way. Show you.
Hey, let's get it.
That's full on compression, right? But we want to find that happy medium that still allows us to have a great vocal and it's not squashing the feeling out of the song. All right, so let's go up a little bit. So you can start all the way at 0 dBs and then just work your way down. I kind of already know where I want it to kind of hit, where I want the compressor to kind of hit at.
Hey, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. I've been in the truth and doing for a minute. I ain't falling off for nothing. You can see me at the finish. The damn devil always try to tear me down. But you see I'm still in it. Every day's a battle and you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul and you see I'm still winning. Satan don't play with me. I be walking with the Lord and he stay with me. I keep a couple good brothers on my right side. If you wanna go to war, we the right guys. Cock back, hit Satan on his blind side. He ain't see it coming.
And as you notice, the words are getting softer. The more I move the attack up, the words are getting softer.
Hey, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. I've been in the truth and doing for a minute. I ain't falling off for nothing. You can see me at the finish. The damn devil always try to tear me down. But you see I'm still in it. Every day's a battle and you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul and you see I'm still winning.
And also you can look over here on the left. This is called gain reduction. It's showing you how much reduction, how much of the loudness is being reduced.
Hey, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. I've been in the truth and doing for a minute. I ain't falling off for nothing. You can see me at the...
See how I have it at 300 milliseconds and it's not doing anything in the gain reduction.
Hey,
see that?
Let's get it.
Bring it up.
Yeah, let's get it. I've been in the truth and doing for a minute.
It's starting to reduce the loudness of the vocal, right? Of the transients.
Hey, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. I've been in the truth and doing for a minute. I ain't falling off for nothing. You can see me at the finish. The damn devil always try to tear me down. But you see I'm still in it. Every day's a battle.
And the release, watch the release.
Hey, let's get it.
See how much is compression, because it's making it to where that compression, to where the release is so high that it's going to just keep compressing. When the release is lower, it's going to allow it to breathe. The higher it is, the less it's breathing. The lower it is, the more it's breathing. But the thing is, you want to find that happy medium to where it's not breathing so much that it's not doing a good job on compression.
Hey, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. I've been in the truth and doing for a minute. I ain't falling off for nothing. You can see me.
I like the way that sounds. That sounds really good. But mind you, I want to focus on this area right here, this little problem area right here, these two transient peaks. Because these are like I believe the loudest. Yeah, these are the loudest peaks in the song. So if I can get those being compressed just right, the whole rest of the song will come together. All what we call gluing it together. All right.
Battling, you see I'm still.
And just watch this, watch.
Battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul, and you see I'm.
Let's do it without the compression.
Battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul, and you see.
See how the vocal jumped, but let's take the compression. Let's bring the compression back in.
Battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul, and you see I'm still winning.
Now I will say this: the compression is a little bit loud. I can hear when he says soul. It's a little bit louder than the compression is a little bit too much. So I want to bring that compression down to where I'm still getting that feeling from when he says soul, but it's not too loud, right? It's being squashed just a little bit, just enough to make the vocal sound great.
Battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul, and you see I'm still winning.
I didn't like that, so let's take it back up.
battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul, and you see I'm still winning. Satan don't play with me.
Remember, I'm trying to find that happy medium.
Battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul, and you see I'm still winning. Satan don't battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul, and you see I'm still winning. Satan don't play with battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul, and you see I'm still winning. Satan don't play with me. I be walking with the Lord, and he stay with me. I keep a couple good.
Also, another trick you can do is you can clip gain. I can bring this down just a little bit, like this.
Battling, you see I'm still winning. I be fighting for my soul, and you see I'm still winning. Satan don't play with me. I be walking with the Lord, and he stay with me. I keep a couple.
So that right there is compression. Like I said, you have your knee. Your knee is what's is going to hit harder. The harsher that knee is, that compression is going to hit harder. The softer that knee is, it's gonna be a softer compression. You got your ratio. Your ratio is going to reduce. For every 4, 8, 9, 10 dBs you go above the threshold, is going to reduce 1 dB. So think of it like this: if you have it at 8 to 1, it's technically for 8, it's technically doing -2 dBs for every 8, or say y'all understand what I'm getting at, right? So just be mindful of how much ratio you are applying. You can apply as much as you want, but just be mindful of how much ratio you are applying. Your attack is going to be how hard that compressor, how fast that compressor is compressing a word when it first starts coming in. So like your I's, P's, B's, those sounds where it's very loud when you start talking, it's going to start giving softness to that initial attack of those words. The release is going to be how long that your compressor is staying on. You can have this one goes up to 4 seconds. So this compressor, it fades over a 4-second period, versus if you got it on 85 milliseconds, it's going to fade a little bit faster because you have it at a shorter release time. All right, then you have your threshold. Your threshold is your ceiling. Whatever goes above your threshold, it's being compressed. Whatever is below your threshold, it might be being compressed a little bit, but for the most part, you're only compressing what goes over that threshold. All right, so that's another video on just basic compression. Okay, yeah, listen, don't copy my settings. Okay, learn from what I'm showing you, and then cultivate your ear to understand, okay, this is compression. Get to a point to where you start hearing compression in records. Listen to records. Like, go back now and listen to your favorite album, your favorite single, and try to find where is that vocal compressing at. Like I said, you want to find that happy medium of compression to where you don't really hear compressing. All right? You want to find that happy medium to where it just sounds like, dang, it just sounds like that artist rap that vocal perfect and didn't have anything too loud or too soft. All right, so don't be creative. Don't apply what I've shown you, and then put it to what you do. All right, be creative. Okay.